Hi, welcome to Mamas and Mannies. I'm your host, Trina. This is a short form podcast for mamas that are looking for 100 days of self-care. But before we get started, go ahead and make sure you hit the like button and definitely share this with another mama that is looking for something to do towards the end of the school summer, but we're still in full effect as far as the season summer. So this week's quote says, "Rejoice as summer should, chase away sorrows by living." Again, the quote says, "Rejoice as summer should, chase away sorrows." And let's see who that one was from. That quote was by Melissa Marr. I got these quotes from Oprah Daily. And I definitely agree with this quote. It says, "Rejoice as summer should, chase away your sorrows." I love summertime. I know I keep saying this on every episode, but summertime really is a great time for you to slow down because you have more sunshine. So if you're that type of person that's looking to get out, looking to get your vitamin D levels up, summer is a great time to do that. Hopefully you have a park close to your house, or maybe just somewhere with a big parking lot where you can get out and walk around in the mornings when it's not as hot or not as humid. Really get the sun kind of on your skin. Even for me, I know when I'm going out and walking or running or something like that, just to have that sun on my skin, it really just makes me feel so much better. So remember to chase away your sorrows and definitely enjoy the summer. But guess what time it is? It's mama time. So this week's mama time, we are going to continue with our kind of like food theme self-care ideas and move into the creative self-care ideas. We are on days 38 to 44. Day 38 says start a monthly dinner club. That's something we've talked about, brunch club, things like that, breakfast club, whatever. This is going to be along those same lines. You can start a dinner club. With dinner, since it's a little bit later in the day, you may want to pick like your favorite restaurant. It can be expensive, affordable. Even if you want to do something just kind of like an appetizer club, that actually sounds fun. Going to different places, just trying out the appetizers, like shareable appetizers, or get an appetizer that you just eat by yourself, but have other moms come to the restaurant and enjoy with you. So that's a great one. Day 39, have a virtual hot cocoa night in the winter. Okay, I created this list using AI. So I'm going to say instead of having a virtual hot cocoa night, let's do something like maybe a lemonade night. That way you can try different types of lemonade. Of course, you can always buy your lemonade from the store. You can do your country time. I think that's the name of it, lemonade, the mix, where you mix that up. But one fun thing that you can do is look up different flavors of lemonade that you can actually try, like blueberry, strawberry, peach. So think about it. Summertime is a great time for fruits, especially like berries. So you can come up with some great lemonade ideas to share with other moms. And that can be something, well, I don't know. If you're doing a dinner club, to tie this in with number 38, if you're doing a dinner club at your house, I think have someone make the lemonade. That's a great idea. If you're doing a dinner club out at a restaurant, you probably won't be able to take your own lemonade. Depends on the restaurant. Or, you know what? Here's something that's really good with the dinner club. I know Publix, if you have like a park or somewhere that you can kind of meet up and eat for dinner time, that's a great idea too. So you can take your lemonade out with you. Number 40 is watch a motivational TED talk together. That's something good you can do. You can actually send a link. You may not be able to watch it at the same time, but you can definitely send a link to another mom and you guys can watch the same TED talk and talk about it afterwards. The most recent TED talk I've seen, actually, I think the only I'm sure I've seen other TED Talks, not really knowing it was a TED Talk, is Kiki Palmer. She gave a great TED Talk. I think she said it was about 14 minutes long. So that's something you can do while you're getting ready. But the TED Talk really talked about basically how most of her life, when she found out that she could entertain people with being a character or an actress, she kind of went through that her whole life. And she said this many times if you watch her show, she was always a serious kid. So with that TED Talk, she just talked about how she was able to merge her actress self with her real self, making sure that she's one person and she knows who she is. So that's a really great TED Talk, just an idea to come up with. Next, we're going to move in for the rest of the week some creative self-care ideas. We have number 41, start a scrapbook club. That's something good. I would say you could do a scrapbook club, especially if your kids are in school. Maybe you can do one for each year they're in school. If you have probably more than 2 kids, it may be a lot, or maybe not if you do it for the whole year, because you actually have several months to do it. Most kids go to school for 10 months out the year. So if you break that down, let's say if you have 3 kids, kind of break it down every 3 months, you're doing a scrapbook for a child. If you have more than that, it may take a little bit. You may dedicate a little bit less time for all your kids. But that's actually a good idea. Or you can do one like if you have an anniversary coming up, maybe a birthday. It's funny because that made me think about Trolls. If you've ever seen that with your kids, now I can't think of her name, but Poppy, that was her thing, especially in Trolls, the first one. She always made scrapbooks for everything. Even in the second one and the third one, she made a scrapbook because I think the third one, she made a scrapbook when she finally met her sister. But if you're that type of person and you want to show people how to make scrapbooks and things like that, go for it. Next, we have day 42, attend a paint and sip class. I've actually never been to a paint and sip class. I've talked about in the past on a podcast episode that I have done the pottery class. I've done that, but I've actually never done a sip and paint class or a paint and sip class. They have so many other classes now where you can like sip and do everything. I think I've seen people cooking food. I've seen some people, making candles. It's so many things. Even if you don't want to do paint and sip, you can do so many things to really have a drink and do some type of activity that's constructive. Day 43 is create vision boards together. This is something great I would recommend that you do with your kids too. Maybe like a week or two before your kids go back to school, you can definitely create vision boards of what they want the school year to look like. It doesn't have to be anything major. It can be something as simple as if they have a goal for reading like 1 book or 2 or 3 books a month, if they're additional to their schoolwork, if their goal is to make sure they make A's and B's, if they have a reading level that they want to get to, those are things that you can actually come up with your kids. And that way they can have something to work towards, and making sure that all of you actually go back to that particular goal that they set up to make sure your kids are on track. It really helps your kids stay on track and have something for them to look forward to. The last day of this week is day 44. Try adult coloring nights. Now, I think this is definitely a great one. You can do this one virtually as well as in person. If you want to tie that in, maybe with like the dinner club, you can definitely do that. Or like with your lemonade, you can do that. Kind of do all 3 of those together where you're doing your coloring books. The Dollar Tree has some great adult coloring books. Or even if you just want to do just a coloring book, even a kid's coloring book. If you're into Disney, they have all the characters, Peppa Pig, Bluey, all that stuff. You can pick those up from your local Dollar Tree. So for this week, we have start a monthly dinner club. You can do that one in person. Number 39, have a virtual lemonade night. 40, watch a motivational TED Talk together. Make sure you send that link out. Number 41 One is start a scrapbook club. Then for day 42, we have attend a paint and sip class or a sip and do whatever class. Then we have day 43, create vision boards together. Next, we have day 44, try adult coloring books. Definitely leave a comment below and let me know which day that you're doing. If you already do something, even if it's with a group of moms or maybe with just some of your friends, I would love to hear that. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms at Mommas and Manny's. That way you can be aware when we're coming out with new episodes. Stay on track for our 100 days of self-care. You can always join our Patreon. Remember to like, share, follow, click the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with what we have going on here at Mommas and Manny's. As always, remember that me time is essential and it is never selfish. Have a great week, mamas.